I'm Jesse Forbes, Head of Product for Resource Optimization. A former mining engineer myself, I'm super excited to now be up here representing our product and showcasing how Hexagon is going to unlock the full potential of your resource with Block Model Manager. It's unlikely in your journey to the conference today that you didn't pass a slot machine or two. These slot machines have become the foundation of this city and the heartbeat of this town. And it's unlikely we'd be sitting here or standing here today without these. Now take a second. I want you to imagine how much money goes into these slot machines on a day, a week, a year. Keep that number in your head. Now, similar to this, the block model is the true digital twin of your resource, and it's where you store your most valued data. Now, just take a second and think about that in comparison. How much value is stored in these models? Put a number in your head. Let's compare these two. By comparison, a slot machine across the United States collectively generated $70 billion in revenue. Now, the mining industry in the US, as an equivalent, generated $700 billion linked to this resource. So as an example, that's like saying for every dollar you put in a slot machine, $10 is extracted from a resource linked to this block model. And this is why Hexagon is invested in transforming how you use this information to add immense value to your operations. We've done this by extracting the model from your desktop and allowing you to collaborate with it in whole new ways. We've unlocked unparalleled data and performance. And lastly, and most importantly, we've increased the ability for you to share and access that data throughout your organization. I'm going to take through a few more of these in a bit more detail. So collaboration and versioning. Gone are the days of wandering around the office, calling, texting, carrier pigeon, trying to find out who has the latest version of your model and where it is and how to gain access to it. We have centrally stored this model and given the users access to it so that you know that you have the latest information on hand at any given time. We've resolved the tug-of-war between the geo and the engineer on what products to use by centrally locating Block Model Manager at the midpoint of these two workflows and easily allowing for import and access to this. With a few clicks of a button, you can get back to your workflow with minimal disruption. Ever had an experience where you've gone into your model and your information's gone? With version control, we can roll back to any previous saved version to make sure that your data is always there when you need it and ensuring the integrity of that information. Further to that, it's created an audit trail. So for those that are heavily involved in the resource reporting, they now have a history of how that model was formed and the changes that were made to it and who made it to ensure that when you're reporting on the ASX, TSX, or whatever stock exchange that might be, you've got the integrity behind your data. Ever had an experience where maybe an intern got a bit too creative with your model and while they're in there, suddenly changed all your copper grades to 5? We can restrict access at the user level, so only the right people can edit the data at the right time, again, ensuring the integrity of that information. No need to be waiting around, wondering, or waiting to understand what's changed in the model. You can subscribe to these so that you can instantly be notified the moment your model changes. And not only that, you can know who's changed it and what has changed. This gives you the instant ability to know if that's impacted your current workflow? Do I need to go back a step? Do I need to make a change? All of this is incorporated into the latest features. I wish I could is something I used to say to myself many times as a mining engineer. I wish I could use and put the data in the model that I need to make the decisions I want. We've unlocked that by developing a whole new data format and data type so that you can unlock unparalleled performance, access to clean data inside your block model. By doing this, we've shrunk the data footprint of the block model by up to about 90%. So what does this mean? This means that essentially we've shrunk so you can grow. You can now put the information in the model that matters to you most at the level of detail you want. Another way of viewing this is we've added the resolution to the model to give you the detail and resolution you need to make the decisions you want. After I present today, an example will be blast movement intelligence, where they're taking that model and they're shrinking it down to a meter by meter cube and giving the grade control workflow the information they need to make decisions at a resolution that matters most to them. Further to that, we've unlocked a whole new formats of data, so no longer are you restricted on abbreviations or the different file types. You can use full names, no need to get lost in understanding what these mean at an abbreviation level. So further to that, and most importantly, we've done all the work and we've accumulated a whole new data model of the most important information in your mine. We've unlocked the ability to share this across your business and integrate it into your current workflows with ease of access APIs. And doing so, we've enabled the new personas that are really starting to impact our businesses in a positive way and starting to influence the outcomes of these models. I've always said that the great geologist is the original data scientist. But what we've done through this is we've allowed the actual data scientists to come into the workflow and understand this data in a whole new way so that they can interrogate it using their current tools of choice and look for patterns and behavior in the data that is previously impossible. And unlocking a new level of insight to the model previously unheard of. They can do that across versions. They can do that across the whole model. This whole model could represent your whole operation. How is it growing? What has changed? We haven't forgot about the geologists and the engineers in this either. 50% of a mining engineer's time is typically spent on inputs and outputs to the planning process. By giving them access via an API, they can integrate this into their current Power BI tools, our BI tools, to share this information with more people across your business and do so with ease. So no longer are you required to have a heavy desktop application to access this information. You can do that through simple tools like Power BI and share it with ease. At the end of all this, what we've done is enabled the right people to get the right information at the right time to make the right decisions. This is one example of Hexagon has created a platform for you to work with your data. Thank you for having me. I'm here all week. Please come see me with your questions, comments, and let's have a conversation. Thank you.